everybody, I'm Dr. Joseph Cipriano, and today we're here at the AC Marriott here in downtown Spartanburg. Beautiful place to set up, as you guys can tell. We're out here in the pool area. But today, so we have our patient here, and as she was telling me, ankle stiffness, low back pain, and then you keep tension also right in through here.
Yeah.
Okay, am I missing anything with that?
Just aside from general bad posture.
All right, so we got some general bad posture. We got some tight traps. We've got also some ankle stiffness. Okay, very common things, honestly, but you know, nothing that I've never seen before. So let's work on you. Let's get these issues better for you.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm first gonna have you do, I'm gonna have you lay face down for me. I keep hearing these bugs flying around out here. Just wait, they're coming. All right, so what I like to do and how I like to start off every adjustment is I want to go through and I want to palpate every patient. So I want to feel their spine, I want to feel the muscle tension, I want to feel the tonicity. I'm feeling things from the right side compared to the left side. You know, I'm really looking for that symmetry. So we're going to start in here. So we're going to move her hair a little bit just so we get a little bit better view of that upper thoracic and just looking at her back in general. So we're going to first start off, we're going to feel her neck. So I'm feeling the muscles in her cervical spine, getting a little bit of tension on that left side. So little things like this are what I feel for. So now granted, yeah, as she told me, she holds tension in her traps, and yeah, oh my gosh. That was an understatement. There's quite a bit of tension in her traps here. So this is going to be, you know, both sides is going to be areas of concern here. So now what we're going to do, we're going to drop from her cervical spine, go into the thoracic spine here. So we're going to go further through. And as you can tell, so I follow the spinous process, and I'm pushing in, and I'm feeling that left side compared to the right side. So technically, actually right through here, so this is going to be right through that mid-thoracic spine. So the left side actually feels a little bit more raised up compared to the right. So these are just little things that I am noticing when I am palpating. So I'm feeling a little bit more raised on that left, and we're going to drop down a little bit lower. So as we drop down, now we're getting to the thoracic and into that lumbar vertebra here. So you got one in particular here. Any pain right in through here?
A little bit.
So a little bit, yeah, as you can tell. So for me, you know, what I'm noticing, I'm noticing a little bit of almost like a little lump. It's not like a lump, but it's like just almost like a little divot area. And I could tell, you know, and it's only on the left side, not on the right side. So that's why I purposely, you know, I push in on areas where where they don't feel symmetrical on each side. So as I could tell, you know, this could be one of the main complaints of why she's having some low back issues. And then we're going to go down a little bit further. We're going to go more into the SI joints. Any issues on the left side?
If you went up just a little bit further, a little further, right in there it hurt.
Okay, so right into here it's hurting. Now what about on the right side?
No.
Okay, so only on the left side. So we're getting a little bit of issues on that left side. So now what we're going to do, I always like to come down here and I like to check the leg length out. So we're going to check the leg length out when I push her legs in. So we can even put her feet back. Her right side's actually pulling a little bit short here. Now the one thing actually that you can really tell with her is when you take a glance and you look up her entire vertebra, you can see how her body is leaned and rotated towards this side. So everything on this right side is actually raised up higher, and that left side is going lower. So things like this are areas of concern for me. So what we're going to do, we're going to start up in the cervical spine, and we're going to make our way down. So we're going to come right up through here. Now, I know she has a bilateral trap tension, and a lot of people do actually hold their tension and stress right in through the trap muscles here. So what we're going to do, good. I'm going to drop a little bit lower here. There we go. Got a lot of movement in that upper thoracic, lower cervical spine here. Okay. So we're going to drop a little bit lower into the more the mid-thoracic back. So what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to have you take a deep breath in and then exhale all the way out for me. Good. So we're getting some movement in the thoracic spine as well. I want to drop down a little bit more. All right, one more time. Deep breath in and exhale all the way out. Good. That one moved very well there. Okay. So what we're going to do after I do those movements, so all we adjusted right now was that upper thoracic, lower cervical, and then we did that mid back. So I want to come back here. I like to always check the leg length down, see if there's been any change in what we're looking at. Actually, even as you can tell, it has gotten better. Right foot is still a little short, but not as short as it was before. So what we're going to do, now we're going to work on the low back area. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have you lay on your side and face me. Good. I'm going to have you bend this knee for me. And then I'm going to just roll you a little bit. There you go, just like that. Good. There it was. Okay, I'm going to have you flip to the other side for me.
Sidebar. That was a blooper moment.
Okay, so with this one, I'm going to just roll you a little bit. There we go. Perfect. There it was. Flat on your back. You felt that one release really well. Okay, so now that we have her flat on her back, so I like to look at the heels, and they're looking pretty darn even. Pretty darn even. So that is definitely a good thing. One thing though that I feel like you still have a little bit of tension is throughout that thoracic spine. So I'm going to have you sit on up. I'm going to have you come forward for me. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to have you give yourself a big hug. And I'm going to have you, so what we're going to do, I'm going to have you take a deep breath in. I'm going to start bringing you down on the table. As I bring you down, I want you to exhale all the way out.
Okay.
So deep breath in, exhale out. And we're going to go up just a little bit. Okay, one more time. Deep breath in, exhale all the way out. Good. So I'm going to have you stand on up. So she's really quite a bit of a fighter, and not a problem. That's why there's different techniques to help, facilitate an adjustment. So we did get a little bit of movement in the prone position. Prone means when she was laying face down. That supine position, which means face up, she was fighting me the entire time, so she did not move that well. So what we're going to do, we're going to now try a standing position. So I'm going to have you stand right here in front of me. Arms out by your side. Good. And I want you to put your hands over mine. Yep. Good. So I'm going to lean you back onto me. Trust fall onto me. Squeeze your elbows together. Squeeze them together. Okay. So you can relax. She in general holds a ton of tension in this area. So we really need to work on this area. This is going to be one of the main things that, in general, a good massage will really help in this area. Now, granted, when I go to do the Y strap on you, this will clear everything.
Okay.
So it will get all of that, but just in general, so you know, the traps through here are very taut, very tight, locking everything up. As I can tell, you don't relax that easily, and a good deep tissue massage is going to be one of the best things for you.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to have you take a seat right here.
It's going to be a bonus incentive.
And we are going to grab the Y strap. So what we're doing with the Y strap, the strap is going to go around the base of the occiput. If you could pull your hair through for me. And then do you hit? No, perfect. I was gonna.
No earrings.
No earrings, perfect. So I'm gonna have you lay back, keep your knees bent off, just like that. So now I'm gonna do that. This is your first time. I'm gonna do this very light.
Okay.
What is gonna happen? I stand at the top of the table, and I'm gonna manually decompress the cervical spine. Now you may feel that decompression start from the cervical spine and go all the way down. Actually, as earlier today, felt all the way down to the knees. So we're gonna go like this. Now this technique, what it really does, and the main thing is that you gotta realize gravity is putting pressure down on you every day. So what this is doing is it's taking and it's removing that pressure, and it's opening up those nerves, and it's freeing those nerves, and it's allowing the body to function as it should. So here we go with that Y strap. Now, like I said, we're gonna go very light today, but even with the very light, you may still feel this all the way down. And we're gonna pull. And now, now how would you, relax for a second, how would you describe that?
I don't know if I felt it all the way to my knees, but I definitely felt it
In the neck.
here, probably like mid, like right about here.
So okay, so you felt that go all the way down. Okay, yeah, and I even started today, I went very light. And even with that, you just felt everything just pull apart.
Yes.
I know, it's almost like shocking. You're kind of like, oh my gosh, like what just happened?
Yeah.
Because so many times, like people have never had an adjustment done like that. And even right now, you know, you've got all these, you know, axons that are firing off in your brain, and everything's almost on like overload right now. So it's like, that's why, you know, I allow people relax a little bit, lay down, you know, and then once you get a little bit of time, I'm gonna help you come on up. Perfect. How are you feeling?
Good. I feel great.
Good. Perfect. So yeah, this was the first time that you've ever had a Y strap done. And how would you, I know you kind of just said you felt it go all the way down.
Right.
How would you describe it to somebody who's never had a Y strap before?
It really felt like, you know, that you went from this to this. Like you just took a string inside of my body and pulled it straight. Just like yanked it. And, yeah, I feel much.
A little bit better posture almost?
Yes.
Feels
This
like
doesn't feel quite as
tense?
tense in there. Yes.
And especially coming from someone like you who is very tense. You know, I notice it, you know, as with being a chiropractor, and, you know, I see, you know, thousands of people weekly. And even for me, when I'm pushing in on someone's spine and I'm palpating, and you know, and with someone like you, is when I'm feeling that tonicity, you know, and definitely the tightness that you have. Granted, yes, it is very tight, and definitely something that you should really get a nice deep tissue massage with. But no, I'm glad that we ended up getting really good movement. That was the main thing. Actually, I want to do one more thing.
Okay.
I'm going to have you lay flat on your back for me, and then scoot back though, just because I want to do a leg pull technique, because I know that you told me you had stiff ankles as well. So from here, that you told me that you have stiff ankles, so we're going to do a leg pull technique. And that one felt like it released a little bit better. But even that, when I do that leg pull, you may feel that from the ankle, the knee, going all the way into the hip as well. So from here, now we'll have you come up. Yeah, so typically after the first adjustment, always like to get feedback. So next time when I go to adjust you, obviously let me know how your body responded. You know, if you know, obviously positive, negative, let me know. We'll go from there. We'll re-up the adjustments.
Okay.
You know, typically I like to add in a couple more things. There's more things that I do at the office or once I start seeing a patient, especially because a lot of the times people's bodies are so out of alignment just because they haven't been to a chiropractor for so long, that one, we just need a basic getting everything like literally aligned. Then from there we can fine-tune things and be a little bit more specific with our adjusting. But in the beginning, we got to work more as the spine as a unit, and then we can further, like, get a little bit more specific, like I said. But so definitely kind of gauge your body, watch it, and then let me know next time we go to get adjusted. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Perfect. I'm Dr. Joseph Cipriano over here at the AC Marriott in downtown Spartanburg, and had a great day of doing some adjustments. So have a good one, everybody.